Hi, it's Andrea with Cyber Relief Organizing. I just wanted to tell you this little jewel that I found in The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning by Margareta Magnusson. I finished it yesterday. I loved it. It's a precious little book, only 100 pages and so many little nuggets. Oh, I was laughing so hard. This woman, Margareta, is she says that many times she's between 80 and 100 years old. She doesn't say specifically, but um and she lives in Sweden, and she and her husband had 5 kids. They had 8 grandchildren and great grandchildren, of course. So I just wanted to read this part. Sailing was very important to her family and her children. um A few years after our children left home, we still had a small wooden boat that we had used to teach them how to sail with while they were growing up. The little boat wasn't in the way, and we really didn't want to get rid of it, partially because it held so many fond sailing memories, and partially because we thought it would be a fun thing to use for future generations, should we have grandchildren. We wanted to keep the little boat around. In our backyard, there was a typically Swedish red barn with white doors and window trim. Under the roof's barn, the small boat found shelter to wait for those grandchildren. A wooden boat is sensitive. The barn was not too humid nor too dry, and so the boat waited patiently for a number of years, carefully looked after by the barn. In the end, it turned out that none of the grandchildren thought sailing was especially fun, and so we sold the boat. We were sad. Though they all went to sailing school, most of them only enjoyed the lesson where they learned what to do when the boat capsizes and they have to survive in the water. It was a good lesson for them to learn, but the actual sailing part of the lessons never caught on or appealed to them. So I love how she talks about how important that object was, and she wanted to keep it in hopes that future generations could use it. Does that sound familiar to anybody? They had the space for it. They could care for it properly by keeping it in the barn. And they even offered it for the grandchildren to use, and grandkids weren't interested. So I hope that some of you who are maybe in the legacy and downsizing um, age group, who are maybe saving precious things that they have great memories of. If your grandchildren aren't interested in something, let it go. It's not worth saving forever. She goes on to write more about some memories she had with this little boat and how thrilled she is that someone else is learning how to sail with it. And I just thought it was a precious little story. And don't worry, I'll be back with more of these. Andrea with Cyber Relief Organizing. And remember, this is the gentle art of Swedish death cleaning. Have a great day.